Hello there, men, and welcome to the Masculinism Movement channel, a place for men to be men and talk about masculinity and men's issues. I'm your host, Brian Crawl, and today I'm going to be mansplaining to you about how attractive women are fragile. But first, could you just hit that like button for me, because you know any women who see this video are going to get offended and hit the dislike button. Thanks. But now, attractive women are the most fragile people in the world. They claim to be strong, but there is no one weaker than them, besides children. This is because they are the most privileged and catered to demographic in the world. Chances are that attractive women have everyone give them their way almost all the time in almost any situation. They literally are made to think that the world revolves around them and are conditioned to think that anytime someone isn't doing what they want, it's some sort of a crisis. And they never have anyone give them any criticism whatsoever. And if you want to see how weak and fragile an attractive woman is, just try giving them some very polite, gentle, warm, constructive criticism, all in the spirit of being helpful. And just being told that something about them isn't perfect and ideal and could use a little bit of improvement is something they cannot handle, even when they are the ones asking for it. There's been so many times where, a woman will ask me to critique her work. I remember the first time this happened when I used to be in poetry groups. The attractive women who would ask for their work to be critiqued, were usually the most sensitive about it. And then later on, I found that female colleagues and affiliates would be, very sensitive about having, constructive criticism or critiquing of their work, even when it was really necessary, really helpful, only done in a constructive way. They would react badly, sometimes even unprofessionally. Attractive women just cannot handle constructive criticism, even in a completely professional and polite context. Just being told that something about them isn't perfect and ideal is just something they cannot handle. And some of them are so fragile that they cannot even handle being disagreed with. Like, try being disagreeable and debating a woman or saying something negative. Even when you're being nice about it, just try opposing something she says or saying that you don't like something that she does like, and you will start to see how mentally weak attractive women are in that, some or much of that they are going to find triggering. Like, they cannot even handle negativity or opposition or debates. And in many cases, the cognitive dissonance they experience from being told that they aren't perfect or being challenged instead of catered to is too great to bear, and they will start reacting in a childish or even a crazy manner. And what happens when these women get older and they start to lose their looks and society stops coddling them so much and people stop being so agreeable and stop supplicating to them and they start to actually face challenges instead, is they undergo what is called a narcissistic collapse, and they basically become broken and psychotic. So that is how fragile attractive women are. They are basically, like constantly forming cracks, and then one day they will just crumble and fall to bits. And when attractive women talk about how strong and independent they are, that is just a bunch of narcissistic bullshit, just like I talked about in my video on the strong independent woman trope, which you can check out linked below. So don't believe their narcissistic bullshit. And that concludes this talk. I hope I mansplained that well enough for you guys out there. Thanks for listening. Be sure to share your own thoughts and opinions on attractive women and their fragility by commenting below. And if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and to share these messages with everyone by sharing the video on social media and talking about these things too. And lastly, check out the links in the description below for other resources for your masculine personal development and living the life you want to as an independent man. And if you can afford to donate, please do so with the PayPal link below, because your support funds me doing this work and fighting the good fight for men like you. And you can stay tuned for my next video coming out soon, which will be on female privilege. And make sure you subscribe to be notified when that is. And until then, take care of yourselves, men, because no woman out there is going to.